Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great and wonderful day. Now, we have some great news from Disney. And what I mean the great news is that Disney's collapsing even more so. Now, I know, so save your cheers and stuff like that for now, alright? I understand. There's still great news, but you may want to save that cheer and part a glass of probably a cold one with the boys and stuff like that. I may have a little bit of party afterwards after this video, alright? So, calm your horses. We'll get on the cheering a little bit later. So what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Disney Plus drops 2 new shows despite finishing filming for both an attempt to save cash, leaving fans devastated. Are fans really devastated? Are fans really actually devastated by this? I don't think that they are. I think a lot of people with Disney Plus, and the reason why people are really tired of it is because you're not producing anything good. They have produced quite little garbage, and in fact, you have Bowler, which is a great man of pride, man of respect, man of absolute badassery. That did the Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, the Unbridled Misery. Yeah, so he made that 5 hours long. Highly recommend going to his channel, by the way. Great content. Whenever you're waiting about 6-7 months to a year to receive an actual video, but that's here and there. He has plenty of content, many hours to go through that you can love yourself in that stuff. But without that going into the way, we have this. Disney Plus has dropped 2 shows which were set for debut on the streaming giant in a bid to save cash, even after filming was completed. Fans have expressed their disappointment that live-action shows The Spiderwick Chronicles and Nautilus will not be a part of the company's content in a move to cut costs. I almost thought they were talking about Nautilus, that was from League of Legends. This game has consumed my soul, please save me. The former was set to be a 6-part reboot to the popular children's film of the same name. Already an adaptation of a book series, and the later was a prequel to 20,000 League Under the Sea. The 2008 Spiderwick Chronicles movie was based on Tony DiCirelli, which I think that's how I pronounce his last name, don't know, don't care, and Holly Black's 2000s fantasy series. It is a story of 3 children discovering their family estate as a portal to a magical world. Fans were looking forward to seeing the new episodes following the success of the movie and books, hoping that another studio will pick it up. One person wrote, "This really sucks because I was really looking forward to it. Disney Plus really needed shows like this." I'm pretty sure if Disney Plus released a show like this, they would still be down in the fire of pits of hell where they belong. Another disappointed viewer said, "Dang, love these books and the movie. I hope it gets picked up by another platform. Would love to see." One particular disappointment formerly Twitter user was production designer Dave Blass, who wrote, "I'm always amazed at the tens of millions of dollars of sets that I have designed for shows that never were seen. I get that as part of the process, but I always find it staggering how much waste of creativity there is. Paramount Television Studios are now reportedly looking for another potential buyers, according to Deadline. After filming concluded at the start of the year, UK fantasy adventure series Nautilus was the other victim of the recent call. It was touted as a prequel to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was released originally in 1954 and enjoyed a 1997 reboot featuring Michael Caine. This tale was also based on a book. French writer Jules Verne's 1870 novel has received praise for how accurately predicted the future development of submarines. The UK live-action series is also being flaunted to potential buyers elsewhere, as a result, while Disney Plus remained committed to the completion of the project until then. One expectant fan wrote, "I was looking forward to that one, not fair, Disney." Another wise commenter wrote it, their cost-cutting would have been more effective if they made this decision 197 shoot days earlier. Well, I think they also would have been better if they just didn't keep on making garbage, but that's neither here or there. So we have this. Eager, told to sell Disney Park assets due to major stock price dips. Ooh! That's a stinging thing to hear when you're the CEO. Jeez, it's doing that bad, Disney? You're really falling that far into the depths of hell? Oh boy. Walt Disney CEO Bob Iger was informed about different ways he can manage the falling stock price of the company. The Walt Disney Company has been falling short on Wall Street for the last several weeks, hitting a record low price of $83. A lot of these financial issues can be attributed to the recent struggle Disney has faced over the last few months and years. There's no doubt that the Walt Disney Company has faced some of the biggest challenges and obstacles it ever faced in just the last 5 years or so. Of course, The COVID-19 pandemic was unprecedented, affecting the lives of every person on the planet. 2020 was a brutal year, not just for Disney, but for everyone. However, the Disney parks and resorts along the entertainment division changed a lot during this time, and unfortunately, a lot of passionate fans would say that Disney changed for the worse. Now let me take you back a little bit, guys. A little bit back in the past to where, in 2020, where everyone was complaining about COVID and all that stuff and all that and that amazing greatness, and that, they were saying, oh, well, this is a major problem. We don't like this. You shut us all down, and a lot of businesses suffered for this. Well, if Joe Biden, our great overseer, our dictator at will, says, oh, I'm going to shut you down again for X period of time because of, the bug, the virus, the COVID, then how does this help Disney at all? I would assume a lot of businesses, and Disney included, would not want this to happen. This would mean that all the movies that we release in theaters would not be seen. This would also mean that less people would want to spend time in this aspect, and a lot of businesses and families would go under and would make people hate Biden even more. In fact, I almost want Biden to do this, because this would pretty much seal any type of Democratic person to not go, pretty much not win the election. I think the biggest problem here is that if the Democrats end up doing this and they think this is going to be a W, it's not. So this is going to hurt Disney in the long run. In the long run, if they even decide to do this, and I don't even know if Americans are even going to fall for this to begin with. Wait and see. We have until October/December to really find out their heinous plans. Of course, the COVID-19 pandemic was okay. Well, we're going to go on here. At the parks, my apologies, portions of sizes got smaller, prices got higher, and the overall level of quality that you used to find at Disney felt lacking. In 2022, Disneyland and Walt Disney World introduced Disney Genie, a system that would fundamentally change the Disney park experience forever. A lot of these problems and price increases had to do with supply chain issues, but some of these issues have not been settled in the months and years since. A trip to the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida, will cost the average family of several $1,000s, not including food, snacks, or any merchandise. Couple the global economic troubles with a political battle between Disney and Florida governors Ron DeSantis, and you have created the perfect storm of controversy for a company like Disney. The leadership has changed significantly within the Walt Disney Company as well. In 2022, Disney fired CEO Bob Chapek after just a few short years, replacing him with Disney veteran Bob Iger. Many financial analysts have chimed in as to what they predict will happen at the Walt Disney Company with varying degrees of success. On CNBC's Squawk Box, Rosenblatt security senior analyst Barton Crockett was asked what Disney should do to improve its stock. In my mind, the right structure is a breakup. The right structure is a theme park anchored equity. The TV networks moved into a structure where perhaps private equity that traffics in challenge assets, cash flow challenge assets at low multiples would be interested in a content library that's exceptionally valuable and could be of great use to any number of tech platforms. The co-anchor of Squawk Box, Andrew Ross Sorkin, asks how it would be possible to make Disney Park without Mickey Mouse and other IPs, to which Crockett suggested, I'm not saying that you lose Mickey and Disney at all. I'm saying, and I think it's really not really complicated to set up the licensing deals in perpetuity as part of a separation. The thing is, Disney only has pretty much what we would have the MCU, and that's falling in deaf ears. Most people are not watching it, most people are hating it. They're even thinking of rebooting the Spider-Man for the 40th billionth time. So I don't think how that's going to really do anything, especially if they're going to go with the female Spider-Man. I don't think that's going to really do very well at all. Of course, we call Spider-Woman in this case, but you get the meaning. We also have this here. We have Disney stock erases decade of gains as dividend holders lose money. We see here that this is not going too well for the little great Disney, and we have this here is that Disney stock hits 9-year low. Here's how its performance compares to that appears. We have this from Key Facts here that says Disney traded about $84 Monday, hovering at its lowest level since October 2014. The last day they closed below 84 until Thursday. until last Thursday, my apologies. Since October 2014, Disney's 12% return compares to a roughly 130% jump from the SK&P 500, while Disney's 25% loss over the last 5 years and 55% gain over the last 10 years compares to S&P 53% and 170% respective gains over the periods according to FactSet data. Disney, whose warnings before interest tax depreciation and amortization to winnow from 17.4 billion in 2018 to 11.5 billion last year, has suffered from a broad decline to profitability in linear television. Disney's 55% return over the last decade compares favorably to similarly exposed stocks like CBS parent Paramount, down 57%, and HBO and CNN parent Warner Bros. Discovery, down 68%. Still, Disney in the 78th worst performing stock over the last 10 years, out of the 468 S&P companies that have been publicly traded during that period. In the entertainment sector, Netflix's more than 900% gain over the last decade, George Disney's, while the other fellow longtime George Cap, stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Berkshire, and Hathaway, and Coca-Cola have all outperformed Disney. Disney, whose $178 billion market capitalization made it to the 31st most valuable company in the world in 2015, is now the 69th largest firm with a market cap of $154 billion. This also shows that, guys, we can bring down these large corporations, we can bring down these large businesses. Just stop putting money into these companies, stop buying their products, stop going after their Disney Pluses and their all that other stuff, and we can bring them down. It just takes a little bit of responsibility and accountability and a little bit of, maybe withholding yourself from putting your money for this. It's really not that hard. And plus, you'll probably see a better increase in your paycheck by not spending money on these businesses and have more time to spend on things that you really want to spend on. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like to try to share. As always, take care.